I am so annoyed, and not just because I'm a millennial. I was in Urban Outfitters the other day. Yeah, I'm 31, and I still shop at Urban Outfitters. I feel like I'm too old for Forever 21, but I'm not emotionally stable enough for Anthropologie. So when I was in Urban Outfitters, the employee, she called me sweetie. She's like, "How many items do you have, sweetie?" And I told her, "Excuse me, I am old enough to be your mother if I was super slutty in middle school." So I've always been like a very old woman my whole life. When I used to go to sleepovers, all the girls had their plush Disney princess blankets, and I had an Afghan that I brought that I made myself. And people, they look at me and they tend to think I only have like, white girl problems, like, "Oh, you put regular milk instead of my non-fat in my pumpkin spice latte." But I actually went through a really hard time, and I lost my job, my boyfriend broke up with me, and I had to move back in with my parents in shitty Sacramento because I got a very bad stress-induced illness. But over time, things got better, and I moved back to LA, and I got a roommate. So after the first night, woke up feeling very refreshed and great, and I found my roommate in a ball, kind of curled up, rocking back and forth on the couch. And I was like, "Oh my God, like, how did you sleep?" And she said, "Not great. How did you sleep?" And I said, "I slept amazing." And she's like, "Oh, great, because you were talking in your sleep." And I said, "I don't talk in my sleep." And she's like, "Oh, you're right, actually. You were screaming in your sleep. You screamed, 'You fucking bitch, I'll cut you!'" And I was like, okay. It makes sense why I was waking up feeling so refreshed. But then I started thinking, how is this gonna affect my dating life? So I don't want it to be a deal breaker. So I've just decided that when I'm on a date, I'm very upfront about it. I just tell the guy, I said, "By the way, I have to warn you, I am very aggressive in bed." So I've never driven for Uber, but I have dated a guy who didn't have a car. And first I was just driving him on our dates, and then I was driving him on errands, and then I was driving him on drug deals. I was unaware they were drug deals. I thought I was just driving him to his friend Ricky's shitty apartment in Van Nuys where they pass notes back and forth. But that's not why I broke up with him. I broke up with him because he asked me to drive him on a date, and it wasn't with me. So, yeah. Dating is really hard these days. We can't all meet the old-fashioned way, like my parents met at a divorce recovery group. So, but recently, I did think I met the one. I met a guy, and he was so handsome and charming, and we started dating, and he started texting me like dick pics. And then he started texting me a lot of dick pics. And then I noticed that they weren't always his dick. Yeah, they ranged in size and ethnicity and sometimes multiple dicks in a pic. 2 dicks, 1 pic. And I asked him, I said, what's going on with this? And he said, "Oh, I thought it was cute." Cute? Maybe if you added googly eyes to it, but 2 guys just touching dicks, it's not cute. So needless to say that relationship didn't last. One night when I was rage screaming about it in my sleep, my roommate said, "Oh, honey, you know he's gay, right?" Oh. So to make sure this never happens to me again, I've created a test that I will now give on dates. I will show the guy 3 pictures, and I say, "Which one of these do you think is cute? Puppies, kitties, or these 2 dicks?" That way, I know if I'm with a dog person, a cat person, or the wrong person. Thank you, I'm Colleen.